Alright, quickly take a look at the next patch. Preview 25.10. Spoiler, Riot is changing very little things in this patch too. This is like the biggest issue I have with these patches is that they just change nothing about the game. I mean, especially like competitive slash high elo slash, yeah, just like competitive or high elo meta at least. Like everything is so stale and everything is so the same all the time. I saw a lot of people complaining about the staleness of the game. Because basically in the news, this new like season or whatever they want to call it, they added an Otacon, which is basically just a better version of Ruinous Otacon, and they removed drops, essentially made them slightly better early, way weaker late, and that was kind of it. Did they even change anything else? Not much, I guess. Like the biggest change of the year was that this patched out lane swaps. The meta is extremely stale. Riot is not really addressing it either this patch. So we have the player behavior. They're saying that there's like obviously some false positives, which do happen. Patch 25.9 has landed really well. This is like the classic Riot move where they say something without saying anything. And they always say positive stuff even when the things are negative. So yeah, whatever, empty line. Objective changes, bounty changes, Otacon simplification, and death screen role hopping have all landed pretty well. So first of all, I don't know in what way they measure this, that they're landing well, but let me tell you something. The new bounty system is trash. Okay, it's dog shit. It took me a few days to like be open-minded. I didn't say anything about it, but now with enough games, I do have to say that the bounty system is just trash. Like it is so poorly balanced. Like basically what can happen is that you can be behind 1k gold. Sorry. Let me rephrase. You can be ahead 1k gold of enemy team. An enemy 7-0 top laner will have no bounty. And then he's gonna kill you and you're gonna have the bounty. Like you can be 7-0 mid, enemy top is 7-0, but because you're 1k gold ahead, you have like 500 bounty as yourself, but the enemy top has 0 bounty. It is such a bad bounty system. Please do something about it. Like I know guys, whatever they do, I keep complaining about it, but I'm sorry, but this is just a poor implementation of the bounty system. The numbers are completely off. Like, it's probably still better than the old one, but waiting to see if something happens. So then we have the whole AP system change, rework. We'll see how it lands. I mean, Kriblum's probably going to be way too OP. Yeah. I guess burst champs are getting a bit of love. In general, items are just becoming more static. Because like an item like Horizon is losing a lot of its identity. It's going to be just a static item. So items in League are just becoming more boring and bland is pretty much how I see it. And then what do we have? We're trying to give different AP classes clear power curves and times to be powerful relative to each other. Assassin and fighter-oriented items are geared to be cheaper spikes that have worse multiplicative scaling properties. Okay, whatever. Not reading that because like without the numbers it's kind of impossible to assess. So we have Cho'Gath. This is a champ that I understand why it's getting buffed. It just got worse with Symbiotic Souls pretty much being a big hit for AP Cho, and before that they nerfed Cho because of the AP build. Now that the AP build is probably not going to be as prevalent anymore in mid lane, it is probably time to kind of return the buffs, the nerfs that they did before on Cho, so they're gonna have to like buff him somehow. Now I already think that Emax Cho is really strong with Halo Blade, so I think they can't really buff that, so I think they have to probably give love to Q and W, which are the only spells you can kind of give any buff to as Cho'Gath. Then we have Senna and Smolder, so these are two stacking champs they're buffing. I mean, both are fantastic pro play champions, so I already think that Smolder is like really on the borderline of being playable. He's not that bad. He has like a specific matchup, especially into Yon, which I think he works really well into. I just think Riot needs to be kind of careful with this one. And for Senna, I mean, it's always like very scary to buff this champion, right? Like she has basically the best kit in the game. Not much to say here. So then we have Fiddlestick support focus nerf. I'm happy. Fiddlestick support, highest winner support in the game. But I would still like it if Riot would do something about lane fiddle. I think lane fiddle should not exist. There's no place for it in the game. Kayn champion nerf, no idea why. I think this is probably China server related. Lulu, so this is like 4 Lulu nerfs in a row. At some point, I think it's fair to say that the way Riot has been approaching nerfing Lulu has been a complete failure. And I think they need a different approach, because how can we nerf a champion 4 times and it's still too strong? I mean, at this point, like, can we we need to do something that, you know, it isn't just nerfing Lulu 4 times. Nafiri, yeah, last patch was obviously a slap on the wrist. This patch, hopefully they're gonna give her a real nerf. Zinzao, understandable, been creeping up to be one of the best competitive / high-low junglers in the game, and also solid throughout every rank. And then Yuumi nerf, not sure also where this one's coming from. This could be because of like some boosting / duo kill strategy. I'm not sure. I didn't think Yuumi is that strong anymore because they already nerfed it once. Champ adjustment, why? Praying that this is a nerf. This champ has been too strong for way too long. Praying it's a nerf. Unseen spellbook system buff. It's fine to buff it because it is weak, but who is going to use this? I mean, the first champ that comes to my mind is Twisted Fate. He desperately needs a better keystone. But to be completely honest here, I do think that when it comes to Unseen spellbook, we probably should just remove it. Try to bring something new to the game. It's a very hard concept to balance, and it's just like completely out of place in League. And also, it's very niche. I think a lot of people just don't understand it and won't use it. So it's kind of like the Horizon focus problem all over again. And then the mage items adjustment. So like the problem I have is that the patch is so small. Like sure, the mage items are there, right? But that's only one role. Only affects mid lane mostly. And the items are not insane changes either. Like some will be OP, some will be placebo. We have champ nerfs. We're addressing Fiddle, which I'm happy, and Lulu, which I'm happy, and Nafiri and Zin. So that's 4 champions that I'm personally happy about. The champ buffs, I'm not too excited. The list is only 3 champions, and like it's just a small list. Like, where are we going with this patch? We need to add more stuff, man. This game is so stale. I mean, they didn't do any like big changes to the map, right? They didn't do any like big dragon change, baron change, or anything like that. So then we need more changes individually, because this is the only way to bring some life into this game. Anyway, focusing back into the game.